What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cesar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We are going to use the Binance chart today, USDT, because it has the most volume, right, out of any chart in crypto. The Binance USDT chart does. If we look at the Binance or the BCH USD chart on Coinbase like we normally do, you can see we have this wick here, went all the way up to 395. Again, you go back, you see there's no wick there. You go here, there is. It's not just Binance that doesn't have that wick, right? If you look at the Binance USDT chart or the Binance USD chart, it's not there. If you look at the Kraken chart, it's not there. It's just Coinbase for some reason that has this. And if we look, I mean, 395 is a pretty round number. I bet somebody manually input their own buy order or whatever, or maybe it was like a stop limit order. I don't know. You know, it seems not like bot generated. It seems like a human put that in, but I mean, I don't know, maybe not. If we look at this on a 15 minute, actually a 5 minute time frame, you can see there's a few drives up there, right, on the BCH USD chart, just like that. If we go on the Binance chart again, it's not there, totally gone. The Kraken chart, it's just none of those wicks are there. The reason why it's all spotty like this is because there's less liquidity. There's not as many transactions being done on here, but Coinbase is the only one with this. So I'm not going to use Coinbase today. I'm going to use the Binance chart, and we're going to use the USDT chart because it's better. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon, if I didn't say that. $374 is what we're at right now. We do have a higher high in the RSI right now in a grand trend of lower highs and lower lows. I do think this is just going to be another lower high, and we probably will come back down. I don't think we're going to get a lower low. I think we actually might bounce off the oversold zone, and that could promote our low for this move in price. That would also give us another drive of bullish divergence. That'd be double bullish divergence, and what a hell of a signal that would be to move up. Not only that, but we would kind of be, I would think, at like the maximum limit of this trend down. We like this next move down, we can only go down so far. Even if we did go lower, you know, on the next attempt up, I would assume that we do break this trend line, unless we do it now. But I'm not personally calling for that. We do have a higher high in the RSI, relatively speaking, with lower highs in the price. That does equate to hidden bearish divergence. Classic divergence signals a reversal in the trend, right? And then hidden divergences signal a continuation of the trend. And the trend right now is a downtrend. Absolutely, it is. We're probably, you know, these aren't the best drawn lines. You know, perhaps they're not the best drawn lines, something like that. But it does seem that we're at the top of this trend. I would expect that even if we go up a little bit more, that we're soon to pull back. The area that we're looking to break above, if I'm wrong, if this is the low, and if we are moving up higher from here, the area that we're looking to break above to confirm that would be from a high to a low point, this 382 at about $409. I've been saying 410, but 409 technically is where it's at. So if we can close above there, that's when we can start getting excited, because not only is that the 382, but that is relative areas of resistance too on the price chart, and previous areas of support. Closing above there, I think, would be significant. So that's the goal ultimately. But I do believe we're going to move down from here. I do think that we're going to start heading down. If we look at this more relative fib, I just wonder from this high to this low. We're just above that 382. This is the point where I kind of would expect that we pull back. We could go up a little bit higher, though. Again, that wouldn't be too crazy. Maybe this is the one. Yeah. Anyways, guys. Looking at the 4 hour, we are overbought. It's the most overbought we've been since our highs over here, and then, you know, we took a dump. We are higher in our RSI than we were back here, right? We're showing more strength on the RSI, but weaker strength on the price action itself. I wonder if we look at the 123 RSI real quick. If we're below the 50, I would expect we go down. We are below the 50. Actually, yeah, we are just below. So, yeah, I would think that we do move down. A lot of things are suggesting that we will move down, but again, there's hope. As long as if we can get above $409 and stay above there, then that would be the low, but I'm not expecting it personally. So far, nothing's really changed. I think that we're going to move down to about 270, 260. You know, really the range is like 280 to 260. And from there, we will probably start to move up again. If we look at this from an overall perspective, low to high, come on now. interacted with the 382. Getting above 441 would be nice, but I really think that getting above 409 is the minimum area that we would need, especially relatively speaking. I wonder. Yeah, 410 right there on that 382. There's multiple areas of significance there, or multiple indications of significance there. The weekly RSI too does suggest that we'll go lower. What was it that I was going to say, man? I can't remember. So let's go to BCH BTC. It's funny, man. The last time I talked about BCH BTC, I was literally saying in that video that it was looking like BTC wanted to go down, but BCH wanted to go up, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And I said that happens, but most of the time that doesn't happen. And then the next day, Bitcoin literally went down, and then Bitcoin Cash went up. I was expecting, since this chart looked like it found its low, and it has gone up since I said that, I was expecting that BTC would drop and BCH would drop. It would just drop less than BTC, but it actually did move up. We do have higher highs in our RSI, relatively speaking, and we have higher highs in our price action. So that's nice to see. If we can close here or close higher, this would indicate a reversal of the trend in that we are beginning a new trend potentially with this bullish divergence bouncing off the oversold zone. So versus Bitcoin, we could only expect to gain value over the coming days and over the coming weeks. I think we all want to see that. What I love about this chart here on the BCH BTC chart is that every single hater of BCH out there, they throw this on us. This is a smear on our good name as Dragon Riders, right? That Bitcoin Cash has been losing its value versus Bitcoin basically since its inception, right? But the tides are turning. We are doing things differently now than we've ever done before. We've never been above this 123 moving average, okay? And being that prices were higher relative to Bitcoin, we can only assume that this line continued. It probably didn't go down and then this was above it, but it didn't exist before then, so it's not really fair to say. But for what we have, we've actually never been above it until this cycle. We've never had sustained higher lows for this long until this cycle. And we don't have higher highs yet, but this is the most bullish look. No other look like this has happened in this thing's history. And it will be undeniable. Already, I think it's pretty obvious that Bitcoin Cash is outperforming Bitcoin this cycle. It is. You can just see it on this chart in itself. But it will become undeniable that Bitcoin Cash is going to outperform Bitcoin this cycle when we get our higher high. When we break above this essentially like 1% area, let's call it like 1.06% area, when we break above there, it'll be undeniable. And I think, I'm fairly confident that this is our next higher low. We've got two higher lows, two highs right in line. If we hit another high right there and then reject and come back down, that's okay. On the next attempt, we'd get up. But I have a good feeling, you guys, like the Black Eyed Peas, I got a feeling that this time's gonna be a good time. It's gonna move up, man. It's gonna move up. And I'm waiting for that. I'm excited for that. I know you guys are as well. If we're looking at this on a weekly basis, it could be probably sometime toward the end of the year, which makes sense because I think that Bitcoin Cash itself is going to start moving up, after the summer, if not at the very end of the summer, sometime in the fall would make sense. Versus Bitcoin right now, we have a day and 22 hours left, so it's a little bit preemptive to say this, but this is a bullish engulfing candle so far on this week, and that's a really powerful signal in itself. So especially at the low here, if we look at this low to this high, right off the 786, we're already above the 618. Dude, if we can close above the 618, if we can close above this 123 moving average, and get another higher low all on top of having this bullish engulfing candle, it's on, man. It really is on. And at this point, again, once we get above these highs, it will be undeniable. Any person that wants to throw this at us, right? We've been losing versus Bitcoin. There's no doubt about that. Scoreboard hasn't been on our side, but it's about to. Things are about to change. Absolutely, things are about to change. I don't think that this is going to be the cycle that we see new all-time highs versus Bitcoin, but this will be the cycle that we change the trend. We will change the trend that we've had established since 2017, really, up until 2023, a very long time, right? So very excited for that. I actually do want to look at the daily real quick one more time. Yeah, the RSI looks good. The daily price action looks good itself too. I do feel like we've actually already broken out of this trend, but I would like to see us continue to climb over the next 2 days. I don't want to see us revert back. I want to see us engulf last week. That'd be a really nice signal to get. The 4 hour looks so good, man. That's such a good look versus BTC there. Yeah. I don't know if I have anything else I want to add besides that. Let's look at this on the ribbon real quick. Flipping it a little bit. It's not that significant. It's nice to see, but it's not that significant because we've been so neutral on a daily perspective. We are getting above it. Hey, that'd be nice. Again, why I want to see us continue to move up and not revert back. We haven't had any daily closes above this ribbon since this most relative high that we had versus Bitcoin. So if we can close here or higher and start to move up, that would be nice. Getting this daily to flip would be nice. The 4 hour, again, is insignificant because we've been moving sideways. You can see, right? We've been moving sideways. It's not that significant. The daily would be very significant, both because it's a higher time frame and because on a daily perspective, it's more of a downtrend, less of a sideways boring action. The weekly, man, wow. This is actually a prime setup right here to just skyrocket. If we can prevent this from crossing too much, man, that'd be really nice to see. But also, to be completely fair, looking at it on the weekly perspective, we've been moving sideways for a little bit, so this weekly ribbon might be less reliable as well. You can see whenever it's just been contracted for this amount of time, the price is just volatile going in between it, right? It's disrespecting it, so it might not be as powerful of a signal. But again, nonetheless, being above the ribbon would be better than being below it. So definitely things to look forward to if we can continue to gain versus BTC. That doesn't mean BCH needs to move up. It just means that if Bitcoin moves down, Bitcoin Cash doesn't move down as much. That's the goal here, right? At least overall, right? BCH USDT. I like the daily, or that's the weekly. I like the weekly chart. That looks nice. Getting into the ribbon here. Hey, ho, ho. Nice to see. What about the 4 hour? 4 hour is starting to turn up. And this one I actually think is a little bit more relevant because it hasn't been as boring, hasn't been as sideways. So that is significant as well. But moving back down from here, we're so far away from it, it would kind of be expected. So overall, I know that I just kind of ended with a bullish note, but I want to bring things back to reality, which is that I think Bitcoin Cash is still at risk and has a probability of moving down below $300 again. This monthly candle does look really nice, but we have a lot of time left, 19 days left in the month. We absolutely could give all of this back. We could really, with that amount of time, Bitcoin Cash could move to a lower low and come back up to these prices by the end of the month. It depends on what it wants to do. But don't fret, my friends. Don't worry. If Bitcoin Cash does and probably does move below this 290 area again, that will probably be it. That'll be the end of it. And I don't know if I have anything else I want to say, so I'm just going to end it there. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. We are at a perfect place right now, I think, to turn around. But if we do go higher, again, don't get excited until we break above $409, $410. When we break above that area, that's when we can get excited. And if we go up here and reject, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to go below this low, right? We could be forming some kind of inverse head and shoulders with that kind of look, right? It just depends. It all depends. I would say if we make a run up to 409 and 410, but we reject it, we don't get above it, I would kind of be under the impression that this could be the low. We actually might be forming an inverse head and shoulders, but I would need to see more. We would need to see more. It's too early to say. At this point in time, I am sticking with the lower low expectation until proven otherwise. That's just kind of how it goes. So hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. I feel like I wasn't the most well-spoken in this video. A little bit scattered for whatever reason, but that's just how it is sometimes. So take it easy, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.